Hey, welcome to the recap. Sorry about the mix up earlier. I was just trying to figure something out, play around with the this program, and kind of went live and didn't even know I was live and happened to go back on my YouTube and look at that and saw that it happened. So I do apologize for that little mix up. But at any rate, welcome to the recap. Now, sorry, I don't show the chat. So if you're saying something, I can't see it. Not yet, anyway, because I'm using the StreamYard. Okay, so anyway, before we get down to whatever it is that you all are here for, let's just do a recap real quick of everything political that has happened, and so on and so forth. So, of course, Donald Trump has pardoned 11 people thus far, basically all white men, and all have been accused of some crime or another. Hey, everybody, it just popped in. So, hey, Joyce, welcome. Prima Wanda, how you doing? Welcome. Who is this? Hey, how you doing? Joyce, see you again. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Just real quick to talk about politically what's going on. Like I said, Trump pardoned 11 people, all of them white men that have been accused, men that have been accused of some crime politically or something or other. Hey, Lady Linda, and Kilpatrick, the former mayor of Detroit, is looking for a pardon from Donald Trump. He sent out a letter asking Donald Trump to pardon him, but we'll see if he actually gets that pardon. And as far as that's concerned, that was interesting, something to actually think about. Any people from Detroit, that would be quite interesting to know. How do you feel about that? But yeah, he's looking for a pardon as well. Well, now I'll bring on a guest for today, because I always seem to have a guest somewhere in it. And to not make it so all male-ish, I have a female guest for today to join us on the recap. And it's, of course, Reed, the Heart of Philadelphia. Hey.
Hey, love.
Welcome. Hey, how you doing?
Thank you for welcoming me. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday here at the recap. Like I said, we talk about anything that has happened throughout the week. So, it's anything.
Ooh, and a lot has happened, right?
Yes, and a lot has
happened. Can I put you on hold for 1 second?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm going to get his. I'm giving my son his lunch.
Okay.
So that he won't bother us.
No
and yeah.
Okay.
So get started. I'm coming.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
All right. So, of course, a lot of stuff has happened throughout the week. Again, on the political aspect of things, we have Mike Bloomberg, who, I don't know if any of you saw the debate, pretty much got demolished on the debates a little bit. It was a bit of a rocky start. And hello to everyone. I know my mods are probably someplace else, and some of them are coming in late. So I'm saying hello randomly, everybody. If I don't seem to catch you, please, charge it not to my heart, just charge it to my mind, because when I start rambling, I don't really look at the chat. But how you doing, Brother Nate? Antoinette, how you doing? Hey, everybody. Welcome for coming in to the recap. Again, it's just a recap show of basically everything that's happened during the week. And of course, a lot has happened. So like I was saying, Mike Bloomberg has agreed to release 3 women from the NDAs that they had signed so they could tell their story. Of course, he has more than 3 NDAs out there. So of course, these must be the only 3 where the NDAs, where the alleged problem was probably not that big. So we'll see if these women talk about it or anything like that. Yeah, he does. He's just a nicer Trump, actually. He is really just a nicer Trump. So that's really why they're pushing him, because a lot of people voted for Trump, especially, the others voted for Trump mainly because he's rich. He's rich and he's white. So and he has a brashness about him. Um, some a race, a bit of a racist, and all those kind of things, and all those things a little bit. Mike Bloomberg kind of has, but it's a little more polished. It's a lot more polished um, than a Donald Trump. So they would definitely put him out there on the ticket. The DNC has changed their policies in regards to how you actually get on the ballot for Mike Bloomberg. So yeah, they've been trying to push him along quite a bit. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plans out for him. Um, oh yeah, no doubt. I still I still love you. I mean, like I said, I think that it is definitely a debate that needs to be had, um, and that we get clarity and understanding. And it's not about accepting someone. Um, necessarily like forcing it down your throat, but it is about respect overall, that we must learn to respect each other. We may not agree with what everybody says, with how people live their lives and do um, things, but we should always respect. There should always be a level of respect, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Well, I mean, yeah, nobody wants a polished racist, but that's what is definitely going down. Um, that's why they're trying to push, again, Bernie Sanders out and push somebody into that top slot. And it makes you wonder, like, why are you so pressed? Why are the Democrats so pressed to push Bernie Sanders out of the way? At the end of the day, Democrat or Republican, they kind of all have those same woven things. There are a lot of racists in the Republican Party. There are a lot of racists in the Democratic Party. There are a lot of they share a lot of similarities. Uh, they're both about making money and big business. On the Democratic side, it's a little more of a helping others in a sense, but it's all the same.
My
It's
bad.
all the same. Okay, no problem. Welcome back. And basically, I was just talking about some political stuff. And lastly, before we get into uh, everything else that was a little deeper, George Zimmerman is back in the news this week. He
Oh
is,
Lord.
right. He is suing uh, Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg for defamation of character. He is suing them not for just a couple million. He is suing them for $265 million on defamation of character. I just wish he would go away. I mean, it's almost like you keep poking or putting it in somebody's face. And understand that, a mother and father lost their child, and you keep, you got away with it for all intents and purposes, and then you keep trouncing around here like everything's all good. Like, no, it's not. And you shouldn't. You should just go away quietly, just disappear. Yeah, everybody does have their right to the freedom of speech. You are right. But yeah, I think sometimes we go a little bit too far. Okay, so what brings everybody here today? Um, I know that to be a bad joke. Yeah, no, it's not a bad joke. It's for real, for real. What brings everybody here today is, of course, the incident with a sister by the name of Jane Wayfield or Winfield. She was involved with a man. Um, we don't know the type of relationship they had, uh, but she caught him engaged with another male. It brings up, of course, the whole DL thing and all that kind of feelings between people of the LGBT community, especially in our Black communities, and women who, date heterosexual men and sometimes are a little weary that they may be or not knowing, um, which kind of creates this situation that we're in. So she caught the man engaged in a sexual act. she then went to social media to out him. Um, Upon outing him, a situation happened where in which she was shot. Then she tried to get away and she crashed her car. But before all that, she then tried to extort some money out of the young man so she could, so in that way, she keep his secret, he would pay her. He was a known drug dealer of some kind. So, I mean, I don't know. But that in lies the basic premise of it. On the gentleman's panel on Thursday, we spoke about it, and tensions got a little hot. Um, but I think, and I will say this, they are not here to defend themselves, but if Brother Jay Wilson or Rebel Son do pop in, they are welcome to join and give um, their views. But what I will say is this: like I said, the conversation needs to be had. We need to learn to respect each other. We may not agree on everything, but respect is precedent. Like we must learn to respect each other. We can't hear each other out and really understand each other if we're not respecting one another. So with that said, I will let you go.
I'm like, huh? No, because I had it on mute because I was coughing. I still don't feel good.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
What I was about to say. Dang, I forgot. Okay. Here's the thing. I think that it was a great topic.
Mm-hmm.
It was healthy. I think any topic that have people feeling uncomfortable is a
Right.
great topic to have because it brings on healthy dialogue.
Right.
Um, the problem with, and I don't want is here's the thing. I don't want to speak in third party for with Brother Jay or Rebel because they aren't here.
Right. Exactly.
But I think where it got a little heated is that Antoinette gave what she said was right.
Mm-hmm.
We asked or whatever. She didn't say anything disrespectful. She didn't come at nobody disrespectful. She was speaking for her point of view. And he kind of just took it somewhere. She was basically attacked. He took it somewhere totally different and kind of, you know, he talked down to the women that were in the comments that wasn't in agreement to what he was saying. And it wasn't like basically like, well, y'all having these kids by these men and that's not right. That was totally disrespectful. Now, as far as a woman asking a man, is he bisexual or not, and a man should be open for us telling a woman that, I
Right.
absolutely believe that should happen. That is
Yeah.
a conversation. And in my opinion, you do get little clues if a man is that you're dealing with. But just because I ask you if you're bisexual, that don't mean that I want to sleep with you either. So a lot of things that he said, it was condemning, but he contradicted himself a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
like,
Well, I'm not here to, of course, to speak up on that, but I will say this: I think a lot of times we lose the um, how can I put this? Because of how the package comes,
mm-hmm.
you lose what's inside of the package, which is valuable because we didn't like what it was wrapped in. So
Exactly.
I understand that. Um, I understand that that it may have gone left, and her comment along with others, because I did see a lot of other people, putting stuff in like, oh, so you're blaming all women, or you saying it's the women's fault, and nobody's saying that. We're just saying overall it was to protect yourself, not to rely on anybody else to say, oh, I'm good, and you just go with it, just to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. As far as a man being able to tell you that he has engaged in homosexual activities, whether it was brief or however whatever, um, that's all depending on the comfortability of the person and you, because your reaction could, or even the slightness of how you may react could deter the person from saying, yes, I have, or no, I'm keeping that to myself. Because we have it's such a toxic kind of atmosphere to it, to the point where if the dude is dating you at some point, or you are talking, or he's interested, if he does say, you gay, I'm leaving you alone. And it's like, that doesn't fit for everybody. Everybody just doesn't fit the category. And if that's not what you want, then that's cool too. But when we set up an atmosphere that if someone engage in, like the Tank situation where he said once or twice, it's not really that big of a deal, but 3 times, 4 times is, do I agree with that? No, not necessarily, but I get where he's coming from. Because, somebody may experience something and it may not just be for them. And it's like, okay, yeah, I tried it. It wasn't for me. I'll stick here. Does that mean they need to go around and tell everybody, hey, I'm bisexual because there's one time in band camp, this happened, but I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm a bit like, I hear you.
But that is an uncomfortable question, and sometimes. But here's the thing with women: we have intuition. The same way we could have intuition if a man is like cheating or being dishonest with us. I'm certain that some things that a man do in the bedroom, or just you could, I don't, or maybe it's just me, but I could kind of pick up on if a man. But it's an uncomfortable question to ask a man unless you're joking, and then it's like, hold up, wait a minute, how do I react after this? And I think that is the problem. That hold for one moment, my son just came in.
Sure. No, I mean, even to the chat, I'll scroll through. So if I missed your question or your comment,
yeah, it's like it's a weird question to have. Hey, Chocolate Bay. It's an uncomfortable question, and then it's how you don't know if the person is going to be, if the person is to, be accepted to it. So I kind of get where men are coming when they don't want to be honest with it, although they need to be. But I do understand where men might be uncomfortable.
Right. Well, I mean, I even thought about it like this: if you take the fact that it's homosexual or heterosexual out of it, right? That's like you're talking to a guy, right? And he don't tell you, hey, that he's dating other people, right? And you start talking to him, dating him. You guys may have a interaction a little bit, and then come to find out he was dating this girl. You get upset, but to the degree in which that, because the same thing could happen. I mean, the same thing could happen. There's no, it's not saying that heterosexual people don't get sexually transmitted diseases. Like the ratio is different. The same thing could happen either way. So I think in him not coming forth and saying that, it was a bit of an issue. But do I think she had the right to out him because of that? No. That was
wait, oh my God, Patty Duke just said something I was actually thinking. She said, why is it okay for a woman to sleep with another woman? I lost it.
Yeah.
But it's taboo for them to do the same thing. You know what's crazy about what I was thinking about that? It's weird because with women it's more so accepted, right?
It is.
It's looked at as art, like beautiful. It's
not even between some men. It's looked at like, oh yeah, I'll watch that, or and it's like sometimes the women don't even want you involved.
Exactly. So, but why? It's crazy because but the majority of heterosexuals are turned off with the men, like it's not it's a different stand. You know what I'm saying? It's not on the
same. It's a double standard.
It's very double.
Right. It's a double standard, but it's met with so much negative stigma. Is the reason why I'm saying I'm not. everybody has a right to get, upset or in their feelings about certain things because you don't understand the backstory or what comes behind that. That brings that fuels that kind of. And I'm not saying it's right for anybody to lash out on people, but
Yeah.
when you understand kind of the backstory, you kind of understand the place where it comes from. So knowing that in our community alone, it is not okay to be gay. It's not. It's nothing to be proud about. It's nothing to, what I'm saying? Like people literally move away from their homes and their hometowns and their loved ones or whatever to be themselves because it is very much a thing where in which, hey, not in here, not in my house. So, and that carries a lot of trauma for some. You know what I'm saying? So um, we can't overlook that a lot of times and just uh, kind of just hone in on, oh, uh, you know, you, you have no right to feel that way because they do. This is their life. They live this and always criticized or ridiculed about the decisions that they make.
Yeah, because people are taking their lives and stuff like that, and you have children that are actually suffering because they can't be who they want to be because they're not accepted,
Hmm.
and some of them are no longer here with us because of that. They can't be comfortable within their own skin and be
Right,
accepted by their own family
right,
because of who they are
very much so.
until you went to school. Yeah, you know what, chocolate? But a lot of I hear that a lot, even like far as like family members and close friends. It wasn't until they went away like to college or moved like far
Yeah,
away that they were able to be open with
right,
their family and
right.
just for themselves, honestly, period. But I think when they can't be open, that's what brings on the madness with them, a lot of anger, or you see, like, cause the other night, nah, I'm gonna leave that part to my platform, cause I'm coming on after you. But go ahead.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was, yeah. Listen, it's a hot topic and not hot like, oh, everybody should jump on it, but it is a very sensitive topic because you're dealing with a lot of hurt and a lot of anger that we get on our side sometimes just being who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're okay when it's like this, but then when we get here, it's a whole different ball game, and all that you were cool here goes out the window. I read all of the comments. I responded to most of them, but one. Um, I deleted it because it was like, oh, none of the men on that panel care about women. And I'm like, that's so not true. And I won't even allow you to even say that. Um, because I know in my own life what I do. I help my friends' kids more than their fathers do. Um, and I'm very influential in their lives. So I refuse to even, we're not even going there. I have the utmost respect. The only thing different is what I choose to do in my personal life. That's it. So I don't ever like to um, think that that's okay or that's acceptable for people to go around and say that. I think that's totally crazy. But I mean, to each his own. Again, everybody has a right to um, feel how they feel, and sometimes we can take how they feel way too personal, or we can, um, when giving or saying what we need to say, we can be way too personal as well, and it comes off a certain type of way. But again, a lot of times we as a people need to take a step back for a moment, a brief moment, however, and kind of listen to the message and not the messenger. Because there's a lot more in the message than the person delivering it. And a lot of times we look at the person delivering it like, you ain't this, you not that, you not this. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't hear nothing you have to say. And sometimes we have to like not pay attention to that and kind of listen to the actual message. Hey, boss lady, New Jersey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Um, okay. All right, wait, I got something about that.
okay.
Hey, boss lady. Listen, like I said, the topic was excellent, right?
Right.
And the women, the great part about it is that the women were engaging. Like if you
Right.
see, it was constant back and forth. It was the
Mm-hmm.
conversation back and forth about it. And you know, it's trolls in every chat, so
Right.
it might
Yeah.
have been some that was in the bushes, you know, dropping out, whatever. And I get it, but put your rest of that food in there, please. But what I didn't wait, hold on one moment.
Mm-hmm. Are we acknowledging that the danger in being honest
I'm
about?
sorry, that's not when you got teenagers and they just coming in.
Yeah, it's fine.
McDonald's. Okay, here it is. When I'm gonna say this. I don't how I'm gonna say it. Hey, y'all, Teddy.
Hey, I'm Buddy Shundo to you.
Okay, the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
How he came. First of all, it wasn't about I want to hear what you say. I want to respect your opinion of what you say. It was straight, I'm not the one today. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking at a speed, hopefully that you'll be able to understand in Miss Pizarro. Um
Uh, oh,
the
hey,
way
Mr.
that,
Captain.
and I don't want to disrespect him, so I'm trying to say it and I'm trying to word it right so it won't come off like I'm attacking him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're not gonna.
Um
But
from the door, it was like I'm gonna what did he say? I'm not the one today. They got the right, you know what I'm saying? So he already had he
yeah.
was already in attack mode. So no matter
Mm-hmm.
how we felt, or any woman
Right.
that
Right.
was voicing their opinion,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't going to see it because he already was in a mood.
Okay, and that could have came from something previous that even I, like I said, was not privy to
Mm.
anything of that nature. However, this whole situation, that whole thing brings up that whole, see these DL men, these gay men, they the ones doing this and doing that, and it creates this atmosphere. So there's a reason why gay men are on guard when this conversation even comes up, because the first thing is it's y'all the ones doing this, y'all doing that. That's see, that's why. And I think in knowing that it was coming, it was a preparation thing to be like, okay, because y'all gonna bring it, y'all gonna bring the whatever
Yeah.
was anticipated.
Um. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, it's an uncomfortable topic, but it need to be said. Miss Pizarro, respect the platform. You want someone else's home. We were taught to respect other people's home. Okay.
Yeah, please do, because I don't want to. This is your first time of me seeing you in here, so please be respectful. I don't want to have to
Hold on.
remove
Hold on.
you. Um, no, I'm not. Again, this is not. I'm not here to go back and forth with whether you went at him or he went at you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying overall. I know you didn't. I know you didn't necessarily come at him. However, again, the topic in and of itself brings a bit of a situation where in which it already has us on guard, because it brings a judgmental atmosphere to everybody who happens to be in the community. That's what it is. So um, I get that you were hurt in his delivery. I get that, and temperatures and people were high. I'm not going to deny that people's temperatures were high. So, hey, are you back? Okay, she's not back. Temperatures and stuff were high, so I get that. But we can't get too caught in feeling and not hear what's being said. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Like sometimes you gotta weed through, you know, the mess, and just take what you can,
I'm
and grow.
sorry.
Oh no, you fine. And take it from there. We don't have to take everything in. We don't have to internalize everything. Everything does not have to be ingested. Some things you can just skim through that. I heard that. Nah, nah. Oh, that's a good piece I could use. That's a good piece I could use. Um, instead of creating an atmosphere of hatred, like, like a comment I read, like I said, all of them hate women. No, we don't hate women. This whole sector, as you call it, has like 80% women that follow me alone. I can just imagine what it's like for the other content creators. So in saying that, or even believing that, how could that be when, you know, they have platforms and you guys subscribe? So it's like, it's not a thing of hating women. It's just an actual reality of what is out there that's just not said. I mean, we don't have these conversations a lot. So, all that inner thought of, well, the man should tell, I don't care what it is, the man should tell any woman that he's bisexual. I think that's disgusting. I think, and not saying that any of you said that, I'm just throwing it out there. But when people say stuff like that, that creates that whole, why does that person have to be disgusting? Because they choose to live that way. There may be somebody who's okay with it and, rock with it. And that's fine too. It just may not be for you. And that's okay. But to get into a space where you can't say this or I can't say this, and it goes both ways, where if I disagree with you, already I'm angry. No, we have a right, you have a right to not agree with someone. It's okay, it's your right. But the problem comes in, and again, this is both ways, when I disagree with you, but I'm not understanding you because I'm not taking the time to even hear what you have to say or your side.
That's where the problem came at. He heard what she said, but he didn't take the time to try to even listen to why she said what she said. Like he totally disregarded, and he went into shaming women about having a bunch of kids. He's talking about the women, oh, y'all having all these kids, y'all having by different men, and y'all doing this.
Yeah, but the point in that, and I heard that too, but the point in that was in saying, as you say, like having sex with a man, he's bisexual, and all that, people was like, oh, that's disgusting, I would never do that. And it's like, well, on the same token, you're having unprotected sex and getting pregnant. You're having sex with them and you end up pregnant. It's unprotected. So you're taking that same risk with that other person too.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't look at it as in it's more of a risk over here because
I think it's even around the board as far as the rest.
Yeah, right, exactly. Me too. Yeah. But how people look at it is like, it's real disgusting, and you put me at a higher risk over here than it is over here with women having unprotected sex and getting pregnant. And it's like, no, it's the same, because that same man could be out, not necessarily doing other men, but he could be sleeping with a whole bunch of women. And with you having unprotected sex with him and getting pregnant, you put not only yourself at risk, but then you put your baby at risk of having a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah.
So that's the point, and what he was trying to come. That's where he was trying to come, at least to my view. When I went through everything back, that's what I got out of it. But again,
I think it was his. It was, and at that point, he took it off the subject. To be honest, the topic was way off when how he went.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it skated off the rails a little bit. It did. It did skate off the rails a little bit, but I expected that, because again, it's going to be something in which it unearths a lot of things and a lot of true feelings that people feel. We play it cute on here a lot of times. We play it real polite and light on here a lot of times, but let somebody get into a beef with somebody else, and all of the dirt of I ain't like that Negro anyway. I ain't
Okay.
all that comes out, and it's just like, well, why wasn't that there before? Why didn't you feel that way before?
Man.
So, in having these discussions, it kind of unearths all that secret stuff that you may be feeling that you don't say. We need to have spaces and times where in which it's like, okay, no judgment. Say what you feel.
Yeah, but not because of, the topic. I'm for the topic all day long. It was the person, but
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do is I'm going to address that one after this one on my platform. So hey Kay, I'm not going to go there. But as far as the topic, is a good topic, and we all both sexes should be honest with each other, because the same way a male can give it to us, we could give it to them as well.
right. Exactly.
As far as this is what I think. If a man is not that if he ever been in it, I don't need to know if you ever had sex with a male like that. But if you're actively in a relationship with a male and you're with a female as well, then yes, you should be honest. That's just like if you're cheating and you still like this woman too, then you're gonna let y'all should let the woman know, like, I'm seeing someone else, just so happen to be a man. Now let it. And is that what you were trying to say, Antoinette? Let us know.
Yeah, I understand what she was saying. To let right. It is that man's responsibility that if he's in an active relationship with a man, that he should let the female. But it goes the same way though. In the regard, it kind of go hand in hand. If you're dating a straight man, he's in a relationship with another woman, he don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? It brings that same thing. That's why I'm saying that it's like, if you can look at it that way, you can better understand why it's always, see, he should just come out and say it. He should just come out and say he shouldn't be beating around the bush. That's what's wrong with a lot of these, undercover. And it's stuff to be, and I'm not saying all.
No, she can't win. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Some of them are wrong and dirty for doing what they do, but there are some that are just like, they're just not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And you have to give that person that time to be able to say, to be comfortable within themselves. And none of us can tell somebody, oh no, you need to be, it's time for you to be comfortable in this space. You need to tell me now. No, because then once I tell you, then what? You're going to do just what homegirl did. You know what I'm saying? Because that will happen too a lot of times. They'll jump on social media or Facebook.
That's very relevant.
Huh?
That's very relevant. That is very relevant. That's not the first time that happened with somebody.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm saying. Even the guy, the boxer in Philly, who got out, they was doing, that he was doing, porn and stuff, and it was like, oh no, but then he got kids. He got like 5 or 6 kids, and
his kids went through it over that.
Yeah, but this is what right. And you don't know the purpose why he did it. A lot of people do it for money. You know what I'm saying? It may not be all about, and I get it but some people are just that fluid. It don't matter to them. A hole is a hole, a mouth is a mouth. Just give me the check. And we have to understand and respect that. For some people, it don't matter. It may matter to you. And again, that's cool, but it don't matter to everybody. And we can't make these blanket things that because it matters to you and it makes you feel some type of way, that it should make everybody feel some type of way. And that's not true.
Rico is definitely you're right, Rico. Yes, he is. She's the only person that I don't know. But listen, here's the thing though. But all right, I got a question for the ladies. Not saying that they are now. Suppose they told you they have in their past life been slept with. Would that bother y'all? Would that change y'all opinion towards the man y'all's with if y'all start
past life, like when he was dead? Let me stop. I'm just playing.
I would really want to know that. Like, would it matter if they told, not while y'all together, right? Not while y'all together. This happened way before, like years later. Would you have a problem with a man telling you that he has been with another man before?
Yeah, put a one in the chat if you would, a two in the chat if not. And cheating is cheating. Yeah, I believe that too, Betty. Dude.
Uh, I don't think it would bother me.
My whole thing is if you go get tested and you good, then that's good. But the problem lies though with a lot of not even men and women alike. I'm not even gonna say just women because some men would do it too. That if you already because if a man was bisexual and then started dating a man, but then still had an affinity for women, it would probably make that man a little kind of on edge at certain times. And I
But
think
no,
that
wait, sister, but you in a relationship though. Listen, I say y'all together, right? Y'all together.
Mhm.
You've been with this man for like 10 years. And
Okay.
y'all just pillow talking, like, and you like, you haven't
Mhm.
been with a man before, and he's like, yeah, like when I was in college. But your feelings is already with him. Y'all together, like you in love.
Oh, that's different. I thought you was talking like you in a relationship, but it's still fresh, kind
No,
of.
not fresh. It's like y'all way far in it. Like y'all done
Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of and that's crazy because that's crazy because in that instance, a lot of women have done it, and it's okay.
I never have, but
Well, I
not,
mean, I'm not saying all women. Again, I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying a
have.
lot of women have done it, and it's okay. It's like, yeah, back in college, we messed around, or I kissed a girl once, but that was it. And it's like cool, good for you. Like it's like nothing. But the minute a man says, I mean, I messed around in the shower with one of my teammates, it's like, and it could have been 20 years ago. Oh, you gay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gay.
why I'm like, so
Oh
I
yeah.
get it too. Why men don't say it when you look at it on, and then I think why a lot of women don't say it either to their mate because they gonna automatically, y'all get freaky. You think you gonna bring your girlfriend over? Hey,
Right.
sunshine, or
Right.
every girl
Right.
that come on
Well, I
stage.
found this girl. I found this girl at the bar. She willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
Yeah,
come on,
so that could be a reason that women don't share it.
right. Well, yeah, I mean that's true too. That's true. That is
I know.
true.
Like I have a cousin and she loves porn, men gay porn.
Mhm.
She
Right.
doesn't have a problem with it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, they don't have that's right, Sonari. They don't have a problem with us. They want to see it.
Right. But that's the thing. And the minute a woman says a lot of times, oh well, I want two men. Oh no, you ain't saying two. No, I ain't doing that. And it's just like, come on. First of all, let's be very clear. If you're secure in who you are as a man, no,
Mhm.
it wouldn't matter what the man was doing, wearing, or anything. It wouldn't affect you. The problem is that there are some men who aren't secure in who they are. Period. I'm not saying that they're gay. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that as a man, period, they're not secure in who they are.
Or maybe they all right, look, all right, so sister said it would depends on how long ago. Oh no, she would ask how long ago. Like way like in his college days or high school days. And he could just did it one time and decided it wasn't for him.
Right. I mean, now if it was something that he did last week and he was like, well, last week I slept with a gym buddy, that's a whole different
And
story.
then I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, that would be a whole different story. It'd be like, hold up, hold your horses, because even if, and my thing is, and this is my thing to ladies, and I'll address it to you, Reed, since you are representing some of the females today. Uh, say if your significant other did say to you in pillow talk, yeah, I had a dream about it. I thought about it. It crossed my mind. What
How
would
would I
you do then? How would you feel then? Then you would start to question him and question, do he be looking at, then when y'all looking at porn together and stuff like that, then you start to know, is he looking at the man or is he looking I mean, see, that's a problem too. That creates a problem.
how soon it was? Now, if it was in way in his past, I wouldn't like. I remember when I was 10 years old and I had a dream about it. I'm like, okay, but I would ask him like, is he fantasizing about him? But I wouldn't. I don't. I don't know how I would feel because listen, I have dealt with men that I actually suspected of being,
Okay.
playing for the other side, and I had
The team.
and I know he going now. He did it going. He didn't die AIDS or nothing like that, y'all. Because that's the first thing people say.
Right. Exactly. Was he sick?
I know for a fact that he was because he. I don't know if I could say this. Okay,
He
he
just
was
did certain things. He was
okay.
very
He was
surpassing
horrible.
metrosexual.
To orally please, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
He wanted
he
you to do other things that were questionable.
used to masturbate, but talk about men when he would masturbate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
He didn't like to have sex. He liked to orally please, but he liked to be the pleaser. And you know, and he
yeah.
would call me, and I don't want to say it all. Get like the real name. No, I'm
Right.
not gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm not gonna do that to Cab. You know, I'll do that on our platform. I ain't gonna do that over here.
What's that? I mean, no, it's perfectly
It's
fine. Perfectly
vulgar
fine.
and what? Hold on.
I mean, there are really no signs. I mean, because not every what a lot of women have to understand is not every gay man is effeminate. They're just not.
No, no, Jay Wilson is a feminist. Seriously. Now come on now, Cat. Stop it.
But how do you? Mm, I don't. I'm not.
No,
I'm
but
just trying to.
because he's not here. He's not here, so we're not going to. But sir.
Right. I'm not even going to talk about. It, but I'm just trying to. How? Okay. Cat got your tongue. Whose tongue? Whose tongue? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't have a problem. Like I don't have a problem with it. We safe, we safe. But I'm not. If it's something that happened last night, then no, because I cannot compete with no man. Just like a man can't compete with no woman. So
Right. Right.
nor do
And
I
I'm
put in a position where if I'm always wondering every time you and your homie go to the gym to go play ball or
right.
work out, is it like what the hell?
Right. But isn't it the responsible thing for the person to disclose their sexual truths? Yes, it is. But at the same time, Tanari, in exposing that, you risk being judged.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you do it? And then you got to know that your relationship is that secure that if you did it, she would, no, he wouldn't think anything differently of you. The problem comes where in which a person mentions it and immediately they are stigmatized and oh no, yeah, girl, because then you go tell your girlfriends and your girlfriend's like, girl, he gay. Oh wait, let me call my gay friend, Antoine coming in with talking about let me check it. Hold on. Let me see if he on the app and and doing all that. And it's like that. Come on, you going too far, y'all. You're going too far.
Oh God, that is true though.
You're going too far because then he all looking up, and it's just like, girl, I told you, and it's like, no, it's not necessarily the truth. No.
I could tell how he was drinking that soda.
Right, exactly. Because I'm telling you, one of my female friends, she is guilty of the same thing, and I'll be like, girl, first of all, I don't have the radar gaydar, so I don't know. But you see the way he was shaking your hand? He was shaking my hand like any other dude would shake my hand or give me a pound, like.
Sorry. Yeah, that's funny.
And I wasn't giving him anything extra, but what's up and going about my business. So I don't know what you're looking for.
Like, look, you ain't
look, like yeah, you ain't peep the way his eyes went down when you turned the corner. No, because I wasn't turning back, looking back at him like the character did on Waiting to Exhale. So I wonder if he watching me walk away. No.
That's crazy because remember that situation happened in here.
Right, it did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I don't care. I don't care. It's not my. It's not my. That's not my thing. But at the same time, you have to trust to a degree, And then if you're shown something, believe it and go about your business. A lot of times, a lot of us think that we're superheroes. That it's okay if he may do this a little bit of this, or he got a little tendencies. I'm gonna turn him out. I'm gonna change. You ain't go.
Yeah, you can't change no. That's ridiculous.
No, no. The only thing you could do is if he like you and like whatever, y'all may be able to make it work to where in which y'all can make something work. But again, that's your choice. That's what you choose to do. And if not, that's fine too, because it's your choice. We all have choices.
And see, that's the whole thing. Choice. You have a choice to be honest about your sexual preference.
Now watch how he ties his shoes. If that's crazy.
Or how they pick something up, drop something in front of them. if he pick it up.
Well, I mean, again, not all from like I'll speak for myself. I'm an ass person, right? So it really don't matter, male or female. I'm a look, and if I know you well enough, my female friend to tell you, I'll slap you on it. I just, of course, with your permission, of course, in this Me Too movement. But still, that's just what I am. So I don't really be, like, oh, like it's really not a thing for me. It's just not. If it's nice, I'm gonna look at it. Now I'm not all like this and gawking and stuff.
Hey, Swoop Queen. Hey, Auntie.
I just am.
Yeah, I think it was. See, this is a conversation. It could have been healthy just like this on what was it? Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Like this, and it would have been cool. No emotion was involved in it, and people got to actually really.
Yeah, but I think when people started, saying, so what are you saying? And y'all saying that, it's the woman's fault. Y'all saying is because, people quick to be like, I got my own eggplant, so I don't need to stare at other people's. That's not my thing, Rico, but thank you for letting us know.
Wait, I'm both an eggplant. Is that a peach? Yeah, a peach and eggplant.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But excuse me, and watching it back, I knew it got heated.
Did you see what I was trying to say?
Yeah, being there at the moment, it was kind of like, what? Wait a minute, like what happened? Okay, let's bring this back.
You had no idea. That's why we couldn't even hold you like.
Well, I mean, I knew that people were saying stuff in the chat, and that's what they was responding to. But me personally, I make it a note not to pay attention to the chat because I don't want it to not like me towards the end to say hey to everybody and thanks for coming out and all that good stuff. But during too much, I try not to because some people will say some stuff and it'll get you derailed. And sometimes that's their purpose. And it's like you're giving people the energy to derail the whole thing and have you talking crazy and looking crazy. So sometimes you just gotta, if it's too crazy in the weeds, I just ignore it. But I saw where in which certain things were kind of blown out of proportion. Now, when he mentioned having a panel of what for women or whatever, there is one, but I mean that would be cool too. That way, because a lot of women sometimes feel like we shouldn't be talking about women's issues or we shouldn't be talking about women things because we're not women. Which I mean,
I don't agree with that because you want a male's perspective.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's how I look at it too. I look at it just the same way. Like I would like to have a woman's perspective on certain things because I don't, being a male, I don't know everything, and vice versa. But I mean, people get caught up in that all the time.
It's I just think hopefully that this stuff that people got a better understanding and know that it wasn't. Well, we know it wasn't Cat, but
no. What I really wanted to get across is that,
come on, you trying to sugarcoat it.
Sugarcoat what?
You know that Jay Wilson was totally disrespectful, and it wasn't about the message, his delivery, and how he spoke.
I'm not saying that it wasn't harsh and abrasive because it was. But what I am saying is that what he was saying, not necessarily how he was saying it and the brashness, but what he was saying had some validity to it.
Yeah, and he took away from it.
Right. You're exactly. That's what I was about to say. But you do take away from what you're trying to say if it's delivered in a certain way.
Really
I'm
took
not,
away.
I'm not sugarcoating it. No, I'm not here to be like, oh, y'all, we so sorry. Because no, I'm not gonna. It was a
It
conversation that
wasn't.
we had.
I'm
So,
sorry. I'm sorry. Jay,
huh?
it had nothing to do with what he was saying. Like, if you pay attention to what we're saying and you listen to what we're saying, you would know that it was nothing about what he said. It was about the delivery, the disrespect of how he was saying that the message was lost. No one got the message because he was saying things that he should not have been saying out his mouth to women. I gotta go on hold for a second. I gotta get my door.
Okay, no
Just
problem.
UPS.
Yeah, Jay, no, it's perfectly fine. Again, I'm not saying that because the message needed to be said. It was the way in which it was taken that people felt an issue with, and which that's understandable. So a lot of times a message won't be delivered in the most prettiest of packaging, but sometimes we have to open up the package anyway and kind of get it. I didn't lose the message. Okay. You're too old to be wanting everything delivered in a bowl. No, I mean, yeah, right. And that too. At what point do you get too old to kind of everything has to be presented in a nice way? Sometimes things just have to have kind of not a harsh, not a harsh reality, but the truth, it just has to be what it is. And we can't, when we don't necessarily, and sometimes to be very clear and honest, sometimes when we don't particularly care for the person, whatever they deliver is a problem or issue. And sometimes we got to be clear on that too. Sometimes it don't matter what the person says. If I don't like it, I don't like what you're saying. I don't like, and what you're saying could be everything of positive, but just because I don't like you, I just don't. I don't care what you got to say.
Yeah, but I was reading the comments. It's not even thing of it being the truth. He didn't lie. He did speak truth, but the way that his behavior and his body language and how he basically attacked
Mm-hmm.
how he basically attacked uh uh internet. Like, it was like, I don't even hear what you want to say because now folks, then now you done took my whole mindset out to what you're doing now. It wasn't about like tiptoeing, it was just basically how he spoke to her. It was like, damn.
Well, I mean, I think it was just kind of um, getting in the crosshairs, really. I'm not sure if the anger was geared towards her necessarily, but I definitely think it was in the crosshairs. Loud and clear if it's me feeling some type of way. No, no, no. I'm not saying that it was just you feeling some type of way. Yeah, I mean, again, you have every right to feel disrespected if you felt he was being disrespectful to you in his tone towards you. But I'm not here to apologize for his tone. All I can say is what the message was, what the hope was in delivering what forth as far as the topic was concerned. But unfortunately, I'm not here to apologize. I can just say I'm sorry that you felt that way or that you had to deal with that. But at the end of the day, it's like watching the news and the newscaster says something that you don't necessarily agree with. You may leave your comment in Twitter, but unless it's usually something racial or they say something really crazy, they really don't come back and hey, I want to apologize for
Yeah, but and then the thing with him lying, like saying that our live was about him yesterday. Our live was not about you. We didn't. But I'm gonna address him on my platform though. But it wasn't. That you like you was there. You know that live was not entirely about no that situation with the gentleman's thing.
no.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Don't lie and say something that you know
You
wasn't true.
respect yourself. Yeah, I mean, granted, let's just kind of call a thing a thing. It's been times where I've watched in chats and people have been disrespectful to both sides. So yeah, we need to learn to be respectful of each other. Period. So I hear you, but
Yeah.
to where in which some people are going ham, and I'm just like, all that was uncalled for.
But the chats do get crazy though.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he does. I mean, even I, not even speaking on him, I have sisters, but there's still even a way that I talk to them. I've cussed my own sister out. She'll tell you herself. But I have gone back and later apologized once I've cooled down, and I'm not sorry for what I said because I meant what I said. As far as my delivery and how I said it towards you, I do apologize for that, and I constantly do that. I even do that with my own friends, because I don't ever regret what I say, but in the way in which you may take it, because it's not delivered, in the most nicest of ways. Because I may at the present time just tell you what I mean, and that's it. Yeah, but sometimes you do, and I'm not saying this is one of those times. That will be his decision to make. It's not for me to say.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know. Anyway, anything else? What else is going on?
There is something going on that I wanted to talk about too, as far as that dude that got killed today. I mean, the other day or a few days ago. Pop Smoke,
I have no idea.
some rapper. Excuse me. He, allegedly, they're saying it was a hit or some sort of setup. He had his address on a. He had his address shown when he was doing a live or something on a package, and apparently they were looking for him, and that's what happened. And they wound up finding him through that live clip, I think on Instagram or something. And then not only that, but one of the cousins or whomever was holding like a wad of money, like a telephone, like they do. So, I mean, sometimes it's unfortunate, and of course, nobody deserves to lose their life. That is definitely an unfortunate thing. However, I think sometimes we we do things carelessly, even like showboating to an extent that can create a bit of a problem. Hey, Mama Dale, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate because I just feel like, as young people, this kind of thing of this Instagram and showing how much you have and showing where you live and creating all these. Yes, he was. Okay. What are we talking about now? Are we still talking about that? Showing all these things and kind of glorifying, and I don't think it's a good place to be. This is the yes, he was. Yeah, and a lot of times too, it's not, again, sometimes somebody's anger or their frustration, it could be pointed towards you, but it's not necessarily about you. And you don't, again, that's what I'm saying about taking stuff in. If somebody is outraged towards you and you didn't say anything or do anything to where in which you deserve all that, you don't have to intake that because it doesn't involve you. If you know that you were upstanding and your question or whatever you did was what was right and adamant, and there was no disrespect, no nothing involved, then you can stand in your truth and you don't have to take on that person's anger. You just let it go. You think? Yeah, I think it was a hit too. I think it was a hit. Wow, he was only 20. Wow,
That's
that's
scary.
yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, you guys. Well, we're at an hour and 6 minutes. I don't want to hold nobody because I got stuff to do myself. It is Saturday, so again, thank you guys for coming to the recap. I hope this settled some things. I hope this brought a bit of clarity. Um, Again, I encourage the comments. I just ask that you be respectful, that you don't go too far, because I don't mind the comment, but if you go too far, I will delete it. Um, but I don't mind having the dialogue. I think the dialogue is healthy. It's important. Um, it helps us grow. You know what I'm saying? Like there may be some things that I may not understand that through kind of going back and forth, we can come to a common ground. But the overall thing is respect. You don't have to necessarily agree with everything that somebody says or does, but ultimately you just must respect them and they respect you. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So with that, if there's anything anybody else has to say, I want to thank Read the Heart of Philadelphia for stopping through.
Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
Definitely appreciate you. You can check her out on her channel, Read the Heart of Philadelphia. So if you're not subscribed or anything like that, please check her out. She definitely has a lot of books under her belt. She's an author. I'm trying to get like you when I grow up.
Yeah,
um,
this
but
was
definitely
cool.
check her out.
This is really
Yeah,
cool.
no problem. This is usually what I do, and I like to have different guests and different points of view to talk about stuff that happened during the week. So to kind of give like a quick scheme over things. But yeah, when you're talking about stuff that's kind of empowering and it's not all messy, nobody really likes to pay attention to me. But it's cool. I like my little intimate settings. They're cool too. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
Well, we got that understanding, but Jay
yeah.
Wilson, you get ready
You
because
know,
we about to have it out. So you put them gloves on.
now. But anyway. But once again, I want to thank you for coming on through. Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys for stopping by. Thank you to my mod. Thank you, Tanari, for holding the fort down. Greatly appreciate you, beautiful. Um, don't forget to check me out during the week. Don't forget Tuesdays is politics and wellness. And of course, Thursdays is the gentleman's panel, which will be on Rebel Sun's page next this coming Thursday. So please be on the lookout for that. Other than that, that's all I have. So please leave your comments below. You can email me as well. If you want to cash at me, you can. It's not a must, but it is appreciated. Um, Other than that, that is all I have. And please, yes, hit that like button. Please, 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 please. A lot of
Yeah.
y'all be getting on me with the likes, man. You can't be like 100 and something views and only like 30 likes. Like, come on, man. That's messing me up. So if you can, please, it don't cost you a thing to just hit the like button. If you can please do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. And with that, I am really gone. So, all right. You
It's
guys have a good day. Peace.